Hi, I'm Lady L and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to talk about 3 simple things you can do to help restir that creativity and get you inspired again. Now I always want to start every video with who is this video for? And this video is for anyone who's ever worked in anything that's ever required them to be creative. Choreographing something. Are you a writer? Are you painting something? Are you looking to engineer something? If you are looking to help yourself think outside of the box, I think these 3 tips can help you. I am not a scientist. I cannot guarantee that these are based on science. I can only tell you what works for me. The first time I ever did a Songwriting Sunday on Twitch, I purposely talked about what helps me the most, and it is my first tip, and that is set up fake guidelines and rules. If it's your first time writing a song, you're gonna have inspiration. You're gonna be heartbroken or talk about love or whatever you're gonna be writing about the first time. After about 10 songs of the same thing, you're gonna be looking for new inspiration, and if you don't have any, this is the tool that helps me be analytical. So we're gonna talk about setting up parameters. Sometimes I think people get what's called analysis paralysis, where there are too many options. They wanna do too many things. And you can't create a piece of art or a story or something if you're trying to do everything. You do have to focus things down a bit. I'm not telling you what your art can and cannot be, but I am saying it helps to start somewhere versus the option of starting anywhere, if that makes sense. So for example, if you're writing a song, maybe force yourself to include a certain word or color, and then you also have to use a certain rhyme scheme, you know, like a call and response type pre-chorus. Setting up guidelines and parameters are a way to help your brain start reassessing the situation from an analytical standpoint. I think of it as left brain, right brain. So you have one side of your brain that's super creative and thinks outside the box, and you have a super analytical half of your brain. Sometimes it's really good to go through a project as if it were a project in school. Sorry if that was a triggering sentence for anyone. It gives you a guideline of where to start. And that's what's good about school. And that's what's good about school. That's all I have. That's it. And that is it. But helping set up guidelines is the reason for success, like mega superstar Katy Perry. All of her songs are super analytical, super rhyme schemey, and it's the reason that Sia said she would never want to write with Katy Perry again, because Sia is really about saying what she feels in that exact moment, cranking it out, and calling it a day. 2 very different approaches to creativity. My second tip is to consume media that is not in your field. If you're trying to make a painting, watch a movie. If you're trying to make a movie, read a book. If you're trying to write a book, read a play. Do you know what I mean? Like, does that make sense? I started going with all the literature ones at once, but I hope that concept makes sense, because you're always going to be looking for something different than what the original author or creator intended. So you could be inspired to write a song based upon looking at like the Great Wall of China. And it might not sound like you know, it could be about like journeying away, walking, like literally I'm getting inspired now. Like you could write a song about walking away from an abusive relationship because you think about going on the Great Wall of China, and the Great Wall of China has a lot of steps. Again, these are simple, non-scientifically proved ways to inspire creativity that works for me. You as a creative person and as an innovator and as a creative force are going to pull something from that media source. You're going to look at a painting and get something out of it that you weren't supposed to. Or maybe you were supposed to, maybe that's the point, but you're gonna take whatever you pull and then put it into something else. This is where I try to say something funny about how like matter is never creative or created or destroyed. It's just like moved around. I'm not a science guy. Sorry, Mom. And my third and final tip to find inspiration for creative people is to just do the opposite of whatever you did last time. And that sounds silly, and that can sound oversimplified, maybe. But doing the opposite requires an entirely different way of thinking. If you just painted something that's super abstract, and you always paint things that are super abstract, Go for realism for like 1 second. It doesn't have to be good. You're not using whatever you create right now to finish. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes I think creative people become perfectionists, and if they don't succeed in everything they do, they shut down. And that's not the case in this. This is like a fake project to get your brain thinking so you can do a real project. And it seems like a time waste, but it's better than just sitting around doing the same thing over and over again. Like, just do the opposite of what you've been doing. If you can't stop writing sad ballads, write a really angry fast song, write a club banger, write a psychedelic country acoustic album, Casey Musgraves, but just get out there and start doing something, because nothing is worse than not feeling creative when you feel what you're supposed to be doing. But hopefully these 3 tips can help inspire you and help propel you forward in your creative journey, whatever that might be. I know I'm simplifying something that is very complicated, and I don't mean to make light of anyone's creative struggles. I just think sometimes creative people think about things too much. It's okay to fail. It's okay to try something new. It's okay to be bad at the something new you try. I hope that these tips can guide you towards something that makes you feel inspired. Hey, Lady L here. If you liked what you watched, please click the subscribe button below. It helps me out a ton. Also, if you want to see me stream, I do stream on Twitch Sundays and Mondays at 10 p.m. And all my social medias are all somewhere down there. I don't think I know how to do bubbles yet. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.